Vanessa Van Edwards is a behavioral investigator whose science-backed research from body language and microexpressions to vocal tones and first impressions has revolutionized the way we build confidence and create more authentic relationships in every social and professional.
Vanessa Van Edwards. For someone that's just clicked on this conversation now, and they're wondering why they should stay and listen to what we're going to talk about, what would you say to them?
Very highly successful people speak a hidden language, and that is the language of cues. Equal a big lie. And that is that smart people will translate their book smarts into people smarts. But actually, no matter how smart you are, if you get energy from the right people in the right places. So for example, in this interview, I love one-on-one conversations. I feel myself. But if we were to go to a loud bar or a nightclub, I would completely shut down and want to be alone. Ambiverts can dial up extroversion to hit their goals. So if they know they have to be friendly and meet people for an interview or a position, they can do it. But they need lots of recharge. Word, community game, community, made people think and feel more about community. It made them act more collaboratively. This means that the words we're using in our emails, our subjects, our texts, our LinkedIn profile headlines are cueing people for how they should treat us. One really simple way to think about this is your calendar. If you don't have people skills, you cannot succeed. You cannot succeed in life. You cannot succeed in love. You cannot succeed in business. It doesn't matter how smart you are. You need people to have success. So this is, I think, the most fundamental skill that people can invest in. This is the biggest transformation I see, is people who have brilliant ideas. They're good people. They're hardworking people, and they cannot get buy-in. They cannot make friends. They cannot find partners.
How do they feel? So if you had to say words that make them feel seen right now, how are they feeling as they're listening to this?
Overwhelmed, getting into interaction, just social overthinking, not knowing.
Which is like when you're just listening or doing nothing. Like, how does your face look?
Yes.
And you're telling me that's really, really important.
It's real. So I call it resting bothered face. Because
Okay,
I have
I
to be
probably
a
shouldn't use that
PhD.
word.
Resting bothered face. RBF, same thing.
Okay.
Okay, this is you have a lot of hood. That's what that's
I have
called.
a lot of
A
hood.
lot of hood.
Yes.
This is hood. Yes. Yes. So that probably makes you, do people think you're angry or tired?
Both.
Both. Okay. People never call me angry. They call me sad. You need to look in the mirror and figure out what is the default of your face. If you're...
You do, but have you got to consciously tell yourself to do
Yes.
that, or do you just always remember?
No, I have to consciously tell myself to do that. Now, I only need to do that with people with a first impression or when I'm trying to make a good impression. My team knows that I'm not sad, right? Like my team, they see me all the time. They see me without makeup. They know that I'm not sad. They know that's just my face. So here's what's critical. One, you should know, what is your resting default? Are you looking sad, angry, or afraid? Oh, afraid I didn't do. So if you're scornful, kind of disdained, they actually begin to feel better than and scornful. So do not do an asymmetrical smile in your profile picture. You are accidentally signaling negativity. The third biggest mistake you will make is you do an inauthentic smile in their picture. The only true indicator of happiness is when these cheek muscles are activated. Anyone can fake smile. This is what mine looks like. But you've seen people do it, right?
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah, and people know.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
rather
yeah.
you not. And also, it doesn't take an hour when you're like, oh, stainless steel mug. This made me think of you. Right? Like, you're only doing it when it's actually naturally occurring to you. I don't want you to sit at your desk and be like, I'm due for some I was just thinking of yous. No, this happens in the wild.
Okay.
You're watching a documentary, you're at a restaurant, you're on the bus, you're like, oh, that reminds me of this person. Quick text.